A straight white billionaire with no rhythm. That is everything California stands against. Everything. So plan B. Luckily, they got plenty of California girls in the sea.
California is the fourth, it's like running a country.
Yeah.
And Swalwell was running to be governor, and he was the lead candidate for the Democrats. And so I'd like to see Kamala Harris maybe put her hat back in the ring for governor of Congress, governor of California.
Dana Loesch is a nationally syndicated radio host. All right, so Swalwell's a moron, and he's a creep, and he might go to prison. But I don't know. I'm actually impressed at how exquisitely executed this political hit job was done by the Democratic Party. I probably shouldn't say that, but this was smooth.
You know, you're right, Jesse. That's exactly it. This was between Swalwell and the Democrat machine. And what's truly extraordinary about this is the machine stays together and they circle the wagons until they don't. He was a great attack dog for them. If you remember, we can revisit the hits. I mean, you know all of the times that he went after POTUS, right? And was accusing POTUS with the whole E. Jean Carroll stuff and every single person that they could try to scrounge up to go after POTUS. Of course, POTUS nobody ever had all these receipts in the baggage that Swalwell has. I mean, there's video, which there is not enough eye bleach. There isn't eye bleach, but if there were, there wouldn't be enough in the world to rid us of that vision. I mean, he is literally the physical manifestation of athlete's foot if it became sentient and as a person. That's who Eric Swalwell is. He's gross. But they used him effectively as an attack dog. He worked with gun control groups. He got into an argument with me and one time told me that he couldn't talk to me because I was a woman. He needed to talk to my boss. And you can imagine, Jesse, what my response was. I can't say it on your lovely network, but you can imagine what my response was to a misogynistic, progressive question like that. So we've seen Swalwell go on attack for Democrats, and he was starting to buy into the hubris of it all. Yes. He really got over his skis, and so he decided he wanted to go and be governor. That is not who Democrats wanted for governor. Now, they gave him a warning shot. They gave him a warning shot with some financial impropriety and the illegal immigrant nanny, and he still did not blink. So they had to take him out. They had to neutralize him politically off the face of the party. I mean, this guy they weren't even going to allow him to stay in Congress because he was insubordinate. And that is the sin. And I'll add this, Jesse, you are exactly 1,000% right. You cannot tell me Nancy Pelosi did not know this. I'll say this. I have met that woman in some green rooms for Sunday morning shows. And I have sometimes had my family with me. We'll take a trip to D.C. and look around at the monuments, and then we go back to Texas. She knew everything about my family. She knew my kids. Wow. This isn't stuff that's online. She knew this. You cannot tell me that they did not know that Eric Swalwell was engaged in this stuff. I'm not a betting person, but I would put the house on that. Yeah, I mean, this was a perfectly executed political hit.
Yeah, Nancy is plugged in. We've seen her financial disclosure. There's no one more plugged in than what's going on than Nancy Pelosi. But, you know, it's almost like Tim Walz. Like, the Democrats package these white guys, right? These, like, normal white guys. And it's like, no, this guy puts tampons in boys' rooms. And then they put out Swalwell, and it's like, wow, he's accused of drugging women and choking them. It's like, you really have to read. You have to really just not take anything at face value in politics.
No, you can't. I mean, he's Cosbying women out there. I mean, it's Cosby 2.0. And I mean, who knows how many are going to come forward. I'm hearing that there's even more videos. So yay for autoplay video on social media. We're all going to die of cringe. But there's apparently a lot more coming out. And here's the other thing. You were right in talking about these women. I feel bad for these women, and the question that I want answered is if any Democrat told these women to be silent. Because when you listen to these women, and Jesse, you were playing some of their interviews, when you listen to them, these sound like women who were a little reticent to come forward, and you can tell that they really did not want to be in this position. You can tell it in their body language, in their tone of voice. They kind of lower their heads and their eyes from the camera, and you can tell they feel very uncomfortable. This is not like Christine Blasey Ford, right? These are women who are hurting. You can see that when they speak. So I want to know who held them back. Who told them not to go forward? Because it had to take a village to keep these women silent and keep them from seeking justice so that they could protect a predator that they were using as an attack dog for their party. That is the question that I hope people find out. And maybe these journalists who spent all this time carrying water for the party and who knew that the new bragging card, the new flex in media was going to be, well, I knew it, but I didn't report on it. I mean, nobody even has the self-awareness or self-respect to even report on this stuff. I want to know who knew and who was culpable.
Yeah, it's an ugly scene, and we're going to continue to figure out who knew what and when. Dana, thank you. Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube, and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.